It's funny, the way a video game can affect your childhood, the way a mere game disc can influence your imagination, give you feelings, give you memories. I mean, think about it. Some of you look at a game like Kingdom Hearts, and you see a lonely, awkward teenager from the past staring back at you. Some of you look at a game like Super Mario Bros. 3, and you see the wild 8-year-old kid you used to be, eyes shimmering and filled with wonder. But me, I look at Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, and I see everything I am, everything I've become. You know what this game makes me think of? Escape. Hard, cold, raw escape. That's how the story starts out, if you can remember. Abe, our main character, he's enslaved at Rupture Farms, the largest meat factory in the world. And one night, when he finds out that he and his people, the Mudokons, are about to be killed and slaughtered with the rest of the meat, he decides to run away. Far, far, far away. And you know what? I've never experienced anything like that in a video game. That feeling of running away from something so strange, so dangerous and surreal, and in turn running into a place so strange, so dangerous and surreal. On the whole, it was just an experience I'd never forget. You don't see that a lot in video games. That runaway feeling, if you even know what I mean. Do you even know what I mean? When you escape from Rupture Farms, you really feel like you're running away. Not only because the game is presented perfectly, but because it's paced like a freaking prison break. I mean, look at the intro. Even the opening cutscenes make you feel the need to run for your life.
I just had to escape. I just had to be free. And I didn't even know I had a destiny. So, get me out of here!
So, quite literally, the game starts out with you running, and you're running for a reason. If you didn't notice, this game does everything it needs to do to get you engrossed right from the beginning. It provides you a character, a voice, a kick-ass setting, an awesome intro, and really exciting adrenaline-pumping gameplay mechanics right off the bat.
What?
These things work together to give you a reason to run away, to give you a reason to play, to escape from Rupture Farms. And when you do finally make it outside, past the machines and past the horrifying scrab creatures, well, that's when the game begins to show off its greatest strength: atmosphere. Now, let's talk about atmosphere for a minute. Tell me, what exactly is atmosphere? I think it's pretty obvious. Atmosphere is everything that makes a game real to you. Atmosphere is that lonely little chord you hear in Fallout 3 as you prowl the wasteland in utter solitude. Atmosphere is the snow falling around Donkey and Diddy as they venture through the icy mountains in Donkey Kong Country. Atmosphere is the music changing to a soft inflection as you dive underwater in Super Mario 64. Atmosphere is not wanting to leave the bowling alley in Silent Hill 2 because it just feels so safe in there. And Pyramid Head is walking around outside. He's outside and he's looking for you. He's gonna kill you. He's gonna rape you and kill you, and oh God, everything is a lie! But this bowling alley feels so warm and safe, doesn't it? God, let's stay here forever. Where was I going with that? Oh yes, Abe's Odyssey. Atmosphere. Once again, just look at this game for me. Look at how detailed, how beautifully handcrafted the world is. Even right here at the beginning, when you first escape from Rupture Farms. Just look at it. Look at the colors in the sky, getting colder and darker as you move further away from the factory. Look at the towers and lights in the distance, peering over the hazy industrial fog. Look at those horrifying creatures walking around below you. And most importantly, listen to that music. Yeah, does it feel like you're in Oddworld? Does it feel like you're running away? Does it feel like you're escaping from Rupture Farms? Of course it does. It feels that way because the atmosphere is there. It's there and it's powerful, working as hard as it possibly can to pull you in. Some people say Skyrim has the best atmosphere of any game in history. Some people say Fallout 3 has the best, or Okami, or Journey. But for me, that award would have to go to Oddworld. Oddworld is one of the only games I can think of that legitimately made me feel like I was exploring the unknown. And I mean really unknown. A world of dark mystery, completely unexpected proportions. And rather than simplistic, it was fully realized. A world with no limits, both physically and symbolically. The atmosphere was so strong, sometimes it would even play into the storytelling. Like, for example, see those bodies of impaled Mudokons in the background? Yeah, that's pretty creepy. And this whole scene where Abe runs away into the mountains wouldn't be nearly as strong without things like that. Those dead bodies serve to remind you you're being chased. They remind you that it isn't safe here. You may be outside the factory, but you're still in dangerous territory, and you'll need to be pretty stealthy to find your way out. Or just die. Oh god, this game is creepy. I love it. It's a subtle craft of darkness that fuels Oddworld, and it's not easy to describe, but it's goddamn perfect. It balances fear and curiosity seamlessly, almost like an H.P. Lovecraft story. The darkness in Abe's Odyssey is something really special to me, something I've never seen in any other video game. Ever. I mean, I guess there were the sequels. Abe's Exodus was pretty cool, but it didn't really grab me the way that Odyssey did. Exodus was a little more goofy, less scary and atmospheric, and it seemed more focused on adding gameplay mechanics than anything. And, you know, that's perfectly fine, but... Hello?
Abe's Exodus is better than Abe's Odyssey. Hello?
No, it's not. As much as I love the Oddworld sequels, I just don't think the settings in Abe's Odyssey could ever be topped for me. They were too haunting, too perfect. Take Scrabania, for example. This dry, eerie desert had the perfect music to match the ancient feel of its backdrops and colors. The music, coupled with the ancient rocks, the pink twilight colors of the sky, and the tall, hazy towers in the distance, it all felt quiet. It felt spooky, but it also felt sacred in its own alien way. And that, after all, is what nature should feel like. It should feel sacred. It should feel mysterious. Actually, I don't know if it's because of this game, but I've always felt a weirdness whenever I've set foot in nature. The wilderness has always felt creepy to me. Raw and beautiful, for sure, but always a little foreboding. Maybe I feel that way because I grew up with games like Oddworld. Video games can do that to you, you know? If they're there in your childhood, looming over your shoulder from the very beginning, it really feels odd, pun intended, to be a part of the generation that grew up with games. We're raised on media, you and I. Video games, movies, and television. But being raised by video games is much different than being raised by television. And anyone who doesn't play them, they couldn't possibly understand, could they? They couldn't imagine the way we see things, the way we interpret the world around us, compelled on digitally evocative roots. We'll always see things in an odd light, you and me, because video games are, if nothing else, the oddest of the mediums.
Goodbye.
Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my other shows below. And while you're at it, check out Cat Icarus with his retrospectives on Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, and Oddworld, Abe's Exodus. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to see more from me.